Hello and welcome to Code Your English. I am so happy that you are here with me today. This is the place where we learn English together in a fun and easy way. In this podcast, you will not only practice your listening and speaking, but you will also learn about important life topics. Today, we will talk about something that is very true for all of us. It is about success. And not just success, but what it really takes to succeed. The name of our episode is Success Requires Sacrifice. I hope you enjoy it and learn something useful. Let's start with a simple question. What is success? Success means reaching a goal. It means you want something, you work for it, and then you get it. Success can look different for every person. For example, for one person, success is finishing school. For another person, success is getting a good job. For someone else, success is speaking English well. Success can be small or big. It can be learning to cook a good meal. It can be helping your family. It can also be starting your own business. No matter what, success means you feel happy and proud because you have reached your goal. Now, let's think about the word sacrifice. Sacrifice means you give up something, but you give it up because you want something even better. When we make a sacrifice, we choose to lose something small today so we can win something bigger tomorrow. For example, maybe you stop playing video games in the evening because you want to use that time to study. Or maybe you spend less money on fun things so you can save for a new laptop. This is sacrifice. It is not always easy, but it is often necessary if we want to grow. So the big idea of this episode is this. To succeed, we often need to give up something. Success requires sacrifice. You cannot have success without giving your time, your energy, or your comfort. That is why, in this episode, I will share more about what success means, what sacrifice means, and why the two are always connected. I will also give you simple examples and stories that can help you understand this better. And at the end, I will give you some tips on how to make small sacrifices that can help you succeed in your life. So, stay with me, listen carefully, and try to repeat some of the sentences after me. This will help you practice your speaking too. Are you ready? Let's begin. What is success? So now, let's talk more about success. What is success? Many people use this word every day, but sometimes we don't stop to think about what it really means. Let's take a moment to understand it in a simple way. Success means you want to do something, and you work hard, and finally, you do it. That's it. It means you set a goal, something you want, and you reach that goal. You can think of success like a finish line in a race. First, you see where you want to go. Then, you start walking or running toward that place. And at the end, when you get there, you feel happy. You feel proud because you did it. That is success. But here is something very important. Success is different for different people. We all want different things. For example, for one person, success is finishing school. Maybe they study for many years, and finally, they get their diploma or their degree. That is a big success for them. For another person, success is getting a job. They want to work, earn money, and help their family. When they find that job, they feel successful. For someone else, success is becoming a good parent. They want to care for their children, give them love, and help them grow strong. When they see their children happy and healthy, they feel like a success. Let me give you another example. Maybe for you, success means learning English. Maybe you want to speak English so that you can travel, study, or work in another country. When you understand a new word, or when you can have a small conversation, that is success. And later, when you can speak easily and understand other people, that is even bigger success. You see, success is not always about something big like becoming rich or famous. Sometimes success is small, and that is okay. For example, maybe today you want to wake up early and go for a walk. If you do that, you are successful. Maybe you want to finish reading a short book. When you finish it, you are successful. Success is about reaching your goal, big or small. Another thing to remember is that success is personal. It belongs to you. Your idea of success may not be the same as someone else's idea, and that is fine. You don't need to compare yourself to other people. For example, your friend might think success means having a big house or a nice car. But for you, success may mean having good friends or a happy family. What is important is what success means to you. What makes you feel proud, strong, and happy. Sometimes people think success means only one thing, having a lot of money. But that is not true. Money can be part of success, but it is not the only thing. You can be successful in many ways. You can be successful at your job. You can be successful in learning new things. You can be successful by helping other people. You can be successful by staying healthy. You can even be successful by becoming a kinder person. So, success is about reaching a goal. It is about doing something you really want to do. It is about working for that goal and not giving up. It is about feeling proud of what you have done. And remember, success is not always easy. That is why, in this podcast, we are talking about sacrifice too. Because to reach success, you often need to give up something. Maybe time, maybe comfort, maybe fun. But we will talk more about that soon. For now, I want you to think about this. What does success mean for you? What is one small goal that you want to reach this week? Maybe you want to learn 5 new English words. Maybe you want to speak in English for 5 minutes with a friend. Maybe you want to read 1 page of a book in English. When you do it, you will feel happy. You will feel proud. And that is your success. All right, now that we understand success, let's move on. In the next part, we will talk about sacrifice. What is sacrifice? And why is it important when we want to succeed? Let's go. What is sacrifice? Now that we understand what success is, let's talk about something that is often part of success. That is sacrifice. Maybe this word sounds a little difficult, but don't worry. Let's talk about it together, slowly and clearly, so you can understand it well. Sacrifice means giving up something. But why do we give it up? We give it up because we want something even better. Imagine you have 2 choices. One choice is easy and fun now. The other choice is harder, but it will help you get something great in the future. When you choose the harder thing, and when you give up the easy thing, that is sacrifice. In simple words, sacrifice is when you lose something small today, so that you can win something bigger tomorrow. Let's look at some examples. Maybe you want to do well in school. You want to get good marks. You want to finish your studies. But to do that, you need to study after class. Maybe your friends are watching movies, or playing games, or going out, but you say no. You stay at home and study. You give up your free time. That is a sacrifice. You say no to fun for now, because you want to do well in school later. Here is another example. Maybe you want to save money for your education. You want to go to college or university. or you want to take a special course. You know it will cost money. So, you stop spending so much money on fun things. Maybe you don't buy that new phone. Maybe you don't go out to eat at restaurants. Maybe you don't buy new clothes. Instead, you save that money. You are making a sacrifice. You are giving up small fun things today because you want a better future. Let's think about one more example. Maybe you want to get stronger or healthier. Or maybe you want to get better at a sport. You know that means you need to train. So, you wake up early every morning to practice. It is not easy. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe your bed is warm and soft. You want to sleep more. But you get up. You leave your bed. You practice. That is a sacrifice. You give up your comfort because you want to get stronger or healthier. You see, sacrifice can happen in many parts of life. It can happen at school. It can happen at work. It can happen when you want to learn something new, like English. Maybe you give up watching TV for 30 minutes so you can listen to this podcast. Maybe you stop using social media for a little while so you can study. These are small sacrifices, but they can help you grow. Sometimes sacrifice feels hard. We all like comfort. We all like fun. We all like to relax. But when we really want something, we must be ready to give up these things for a little while. That is the price of success. And in the end, it is worth it. The fun can wait. The comfort can wait. Because when you reach your goal, you will feel very happy. You will feel proud. And the small sacrifices you made will not feel so hard anymore. Now, let's stop for a moment and think. I want to ask you a question. Can you think of a time when you gave up something because you wanted to reach a goal? Maybe you stayed home to study instead of going out with friends. Maybe you saved money for something important. Maybe you woke up early to practice English or another skill. What did you give up? And how did you feel when you reached your goal? You can pause this podcast now and think about it. Or you can say your answer out loud. Speaking your thoughts in English is good practice. So go ahead, try to say it. All right, so now you know what sacrifice means. It means giving up something small today so that you can get something better tomorrow. It means making a choice, the harder choice, because you have a dream, and you want that dream to come true. In the next part of this podcast, we will talk about why success requires sacrifice. We will see why you can't usually have success without giving something up. So, let's move on to that part. Why does success require sacrifice? Now, let's talk about why success always needs sacrifice. Success is not easy. It is not something that just happens without work. And it is not free. You cannot simply wish for success, sit back, and expect it to come to you. No, success comes after you try hard. It comes after you make choices. And many times, these choices are not easy. They often mean giving up something you like right now so that you can get something better later. This is why success requires sacrifice. Think about this. Imagine you have a big goal. Maybe you want to pass an important exam. Maybe you want to speak English fluently. Maybe you want to start a small business. Whatever your goal is, it will need your time. It will need your energy. It will need your focus. But your time, your energy, and your focus are limited. You cannot do everything at the same time. So, to give time to your goal, you must take time away from other things. To give energy to your goal, you must stop using your energy on things that do not help you. This is where sacrifice comes in. Let's look at a simple example. Think of a student who wants to do well in school. He knows that if he wants good marks, he needs to study. But after school, he is tired. He wants to watch movies or play games. His friends call him to go out. What should he do? If he chooses to watch movies, he will not have enough time to study. But if he chooses to study, he must give up the movie. That is sacrifice. He gives up the fun now because he knows that good marks will make him happier in the future. Here is another example. Think of an athlete, a person who plays sports. The athlete wants to win a race or a game. She knows that to be strong, she must train. So, every morning, while other people are still sleeping, she wakes up early. She goes out and runs. Even when she feels tired, she trains. She gives up her sleep. She gives up staying in her warm bed. She sacrifices her comfort because she has a big goal. She wants to win. She wants to be her best. Success also needs you to give up comfort. We all like to feel comfortable. We like to sit and relax. We like to do easy things. But easy things do not bring success. Success comes when you do the hard work. When you leave your comfort zone, that place where everything feels easy, that is when you start to grow. That is when you move closer to your goal. Sometimes the sacrifice is not big. Sometimes it is small. For example, maybe you want to improve your English. So, instead of watching a video in your own language, you listen to an English podcast. Maybe you practice speaking English for 10 minutes before bed, instead of using your phone for fun. These small sacrifices, when you make them again and again, help you get closer to success. It is important to remember that success is not fast. It takes time. And during this time, you will need to make many small sacrifices. You will need to choose your goal again and again. And every time you choose your goal, you will move a little closer to it. And every small sacrifice you make will help you grow stronger. So, success requires sacrifice, because success needs your time. It needs your energy. It needs you to focus. And to give these things, you must take them away from something else. But here is the good news. When you finally reach your goal, the sacrifices will feel small. When you see your success, you will feel proud, and you will know that every sacrifice was worth it. Now, I want you to think. What is your goal? What small sacrifice can you make today to move closer to it? Maybe it is 10 minutes of practice. Maybe it is turning off the TV and reading something useful. Maybe it is waking up a little earlier to study. Think about it. And remember, success needs sacrifice. But in the end, you will be glad you made it. Small sacrifices, big results. Now, let's talk about something very important. Many people think that to succeed, they need to make one big sacrifice. They think they must give up everything all at once. But the truth is, success often comes from small sacrifices. These small sacrifices may not feel like much at first, but when you do them again and again every day, they help you move closer to your goal. They build up over time, and one day you look back and see how far you have come. Small sacrifices can bring big results. Let's think about this together. Imagine you want to improve your English. You want to speak more clearly. You want to understand people better. But you feel busy. You feel like you have no time. You think, I will practice one day when I have more time. But here is the truth. You don't need hours every day. You can start with just 30 minutes. If you choose to spend 30 minutes each day practicing English, you will see progress. Where can you find those 30 minutes? Maybe you stop scrolling on your phone. Maybe you watch fewer short videos online. Maybe you spend less time playing games. That small sacrifice, just 30 minutes of fun, can help you reach your goal of speaking better English. And when you do this every day, it adds up. After 1 week, you will have 3.5 hours of practice. After 1 month, you will have more than 14 hours. And after 1 year, you will see big changes. Your small daily sacrifice will give you a big result. Here's another example. Let's say you want to buy a useful book to help you study. Maybe you don't have a lot of extra money right now, but you decide to make a small sacrifice each week. Instead of buying a sweet drink or a snack, you save that money. Maybe it is just a little $1, $2, or even less. But if you do this every week, soon you will have enough to buy the book. You did not need to save a lot all at once. You just needed to make small choices again and again. In the end, you reach your goal. Small sacrifices work in other parts of life too. Maybe you want to be healthier. You don't need to change everything in one day. You can start with small sacrifices. Maybe you choose to walk for 15 minutes instead of sitting. Maybe you drink water instead of soda. Maybe you sleep 30 minutes earlier so you feel better in the morning. These small changes, when you do them every day, can help you become stronger and healthier. What is special about small sacrifices is that they feel easier. You do not feel like you are losing too much. You do not feel too tired or stressed. But these small sacrifices help you build a good habit. They help you stay on the right path. Each small sacrifice is like a small step. When you take many small steps, you go far. You move closer to your dream. Sometimes people wait for the perfect time to start working on their goals. They think, I will wait until I have more time. Or, I will wait until I have more money. But the perfect time may never come. It is better to start now, with small sacrifices. These small choices can fit into your life today. You do not need to wait. You do not need to change everything at once. You just need to take one small step at a time. So, remember this. Small sacrifices every day can bring you big success. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to give up everything. But you do need to choose small things you can do daily. Over time, these small things will help you reach your goal. They will help you succeed. Now, I want you to think about your own life. What is one small sacrifice you can make today? Maybe it is 10 minutes of reading in English. Maybe it is saving a small coin instead of spending it. Maybe it is writing one short sentence in English. Small steps, small sacrifices. They are the key to big success. Stories of sacrifice and success. Now, let's talk about real examples of how sacrifice can help someone succeed. I want to share 2 simple stories with you. These stories will help you understand how people give up small things or make difficult choices because they have a dream. I hope these stories will inspire you and show you that you can do it too. The first story is about a young man named Omar. Omar grew up in a small town. His family did not have a lot of money. His parents worked very hard, but it was not easy for them. Omar was the oldest child, and he wanted to help his family. He had a dream. He wanted to become a doctor. He wanted to help sick people and take care of his parents when they got old. But the road was not easy for Omar. To become a doctor, he needed to study hard. He needed to go to university, and that cost money. So, Omar decided to make some sacrifices. Every day after school, he worked in a small shop to earn money. While other boys his age played football or spent time with friends, Omar worked. He helped in the shop and saved every coin. He also studied at night. While his friends went out or watched movies, Omar stayed at home with his books. He was often tired. He missed having fun with his friends. But he remembered his goal: to become a doctor. Years passed. Because of his small sacrifices every day, Omar saved enough money to pay for his university studies. He also did well in school because he studied so hard. In the end, Omar became a doctor. He was proud of himself, and his parents were very proud of him too. Omar's success came because he was ready to give up fun and comfort for a bigger dream. His small sacrifices helped him reach his goal. Now, let's look at another story. This one is about a girl named Sarah. Sarah had a dream too. She wanted to speak English well. She wanted to travel, meet people from different countries, and get a good job. But at first, English was very hard for her. She felt shy when she tried to speak. She often made mistakes. But Sarah did not give up. She decided to make small sacrifices every day. Every day after school or work, Sarah gave herself 30 minutes to practice English. She listened to English podcasts. She read short stories in English. She spoke to herself in English, even when no one else was there. Many times, her friends called her to go out or chat on social media. But Sarah said no. She chose to spend her time learning. It was not easy. Sometimes she felt tired. Sometimes she wanted to just relax. But she kept going because she remembered her goal: to speak English well. Little by little, Sarah's English improved. After 6 months, she could speak more clearly. After 1 year, she could have conversations. After 2 years, she spoke English with confidence. Because of her hard work and small sacrifices every day, Sarah reached her goal. She later got a good job where she used English every day. She also traveled and made new friends from many countries. These two stories show us something important. Success does not come fast. It does not come without work. And it does not come without sacrifice. But small sacrifices, made again and again, can help us reach our biggest dreams. Omar gave up fun and rest to study and work. Sarah gave up some free time and fun activities to learn English. And in the end, both of them felt happy. Both of them reached their goals. So, I want you to think now. What is your goal? What small sacrifice can you make today to move closer to it? Remember, you don't have to change everything at once. Just take one small step and keep going, one day at a time. Your small sacrifices will lead to big success. How to make sacrifices for success. Now that we know why success needs sacrifice, let's talk about how you can do it. Sometimes it is hard to give up things we enjoy. It's hard to say no to comfort or fun. But if you want to reach your goal, you must learn how to make these sacrifices in a smart way. Let me share some tips that can help you. These tips are simple, but they can make a big difference if you try them every day. The first tip is this: plan your goal. Before you can make a sacrifice, you need to know what you want. Think clearly about your goal. What is your dream? What do you want to achieve? Is it to speak English better? Is it to get a new job? Is it to pass an exam? Whatever it is, write it down. Make it simple. Make it clear. When you have a clear goal, it becomes easier to know what you must do. It also becomes easier to see what you can give up. A clear goal gives you direction. It helps you stay focused when you feel tired or when things get hard. The next tip is to choose what you can give up. You do not need to give up everything. You just need to give up the things that do not help you reach your goal. Look at your day. Look at how you spend your time. Is there something you can stop doing, just for a little while? Maybe you can watch less TV? Maybe you can spend less time on social media? Maybe you can play fewer games? You do not need to stop forever. You just need to choose what you can give up now so that you can give more time and energy to your goal. When you choose your sacrifice, make it something small at first. Small changes are easier to keep. Later, if you want, you can make bigger sacrifices. Another tip is this: stay strong when it is hard. There will be times when you feel like giving up. There will be times when you want to take the easy way. Maybe your friends are having fun, and you want to join them. Maybe you feel tired and want to rest. That is normal. We all feel this way. But remember, success does not come from doing what is easy. Success comes from doing what is right for your goal. When you feel weak, take a deep breath. Remember why you started. Tell yourself, this small sacrifice today will bring me closer to my dream. And keep going. It is also very important to remember your dream. Your dream is your reason for making sacrifices. Your dream gives you strength. When you feel like stopping, think about your dream. Picture it in your mind. Imagine how you will feel when you reach it. Imagine how proud you will be. Imagine how happy you will feel. Your dream can help you stay focused. You can even write your dream on paper and put it where you can see it every day. On your wall, on your notebook, or on your phone. When you see your dream, you will remember why you are making these sacrifices. The last tip I want to share is this: celebrate small wins. Success does not happen in one big moment. It happens step by step. Every small step you take is important. Every small sacrifice you make is part of your journey. So, take time to feel proud of your small wins. Did you study for 30 minutes today? That is a win. Did you choose to practice English instead of watching TV? That is a win. Did you save a little money this week? That is a win. Every small win brings you closer to your big success. When you celebrate your small wins, you feel happy, you feel strong, and you feel ready to keep going. So remember, making sacrifices for success does not have to be painful or too hard. Start with a clear plan. Know what you want. Choose small things you can give up that will not hurt too much. Stay strong, even when it feels difficult. Keep your dream in your heart and mind. And always celebrate your small wins along the way. In this way, your sacrifices will feel easier. You will see that each day you are getting closer to your goal. And one day, you will look back and feel proud that you stayed on your path. Now we have come to the end of this episode. Before we finish, I want to leave you with an important message. Every success needs some sacrifice. This is true for me, for you, and for everyone. When we want to reach a goal, we must be ready to give up something. Maybe it is our free time. Maybe it is a little comfort. Maybe it is some fun today, so we can have something better tomorrow. But in the end, all of these small sacrifices are worth it. When you finally see your success, you will feel proud, you will feel happy, and you will not regret the things you gave up. You will see that the journey, even with its small difficulties, helped you grow stronger. I want you to stop for a moment and think. What is your dream? What is something you really want to achieve? It does not have to be something big. It can be simple, like learning 5 new English words this week. It can be speaking in English for 2 minutes without stopping. It can be saving a little money for something useful. Now think, what small sacrifice can you make today to help you move closer to that dream? Maybe you can give up 10 minutes of watching TV. Maybe you can stop using your phone for fun for just 15 minutes. Maybe you can wake up a little earlier tomorrow. It doesn't have to be a big change. Even small sacrifices made every day can bring big results over time. The most important thing is to start. Take one small step today. Make one small sacrifice today. And keep going. Day by day, you will see progress. I also want to invite you to practice speaking. You can do this right now. Try to repeat after me. Every success needs sacrifice. Small sacrifices bring big success. I can choose a small sacrifice today to help my future. When you say these sentences out loud, you practice your speaking skills. You also remind yourself of the lesson from this episode. If you like, you can also share your ideas with a friend. Tell them about your dream. Tell them about the small sacrifice you want to make today. When you speak about your goal, it becomes stronger in your mind. It helps you stay focused. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I hope it has helped you learn something useful, and I hope it has helped you practice your English. Remember, success is a journey. And every step, every small sacrifice you make, brings you closer to where you want to go. Keep going, keep believing in yourself, and never give up on your dream. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, take care and keep learning.